Hey, podcast listeners, ready to level up your career game? This podcast is brought to you by Granular Level, your ultimate TMF professionals. Need a killer CV? A magnetic LinkedIn profile? Eager to learn the eTMF or expert advice on mock interviews? Don't just dream it, achieve it with Granular Level. Let's craft your success story together.
So, about a year ago, I did a poll on LinkedIn and I asked, how do you break into the TMF industry? How'd you break into the TMF industry? And do you know what? More than half responded with no experience. And I'm living proof that if I can do it, so can you. I'll always advocate for a refresher with no experience. And here's why. I know what it's like to get rejected due to lack of experience. But I'm here to tell you that someone with no experience in the TMF industry will work hard. They'll do a great job because they want to learn. It's not just a job, it's the start of their career. Candidates with no experience tend to stay with a company longer than those who have 5-10 years of experience. Candidates with no experience tend to stay with a company longer than those who have 5 or 10 years of experience. Just because someone has experience does not mean they're going to do a great job or that they're even going to be committed to the company. Candidates with no experience, they're hungry, they're motivated, and their perseverance is high. So they will do what it takes and not give up. Why? Because they want it. So today I want to discuss some tips how to get your foot in the door and land the TMF job you deserve. So, first off, gain clarity. What do I mean by this? Know exactly what you want. Make sure that you truly want to work in the TMF. When you reach out and you're networking, don't ask somebody if they have any openings for CRC, CTA, or a CRA. These are three very different positions. This also shows that you are desperate and you'll take anything. And even if you are desperate and will take anything, you don't want to come off that way. It's also going to show that you haven't done your homework and you don't really understand the different positions and you aren't committed to the TMS. So, first off, research the role. Make sure that it's a good fit for you. And once you've decided that the TMF industry is exactly what you want, you've now gained clarity and can send a well written DM. Tailor your resume to the job description. So, employers are looking for someone with a set of skills, and you want to show them that you got what they need. And if they're looking for someone, say, knowledge and familiarity with industry workshops and initiatives such as the CDISC TMF reference model, research the CDISC TMF reference model and become very familiar with that. Go to their website, look at the resources tab, and now you'll be better prepared for an interview by doing your due diligence. Next up, attend webinars. There's so many webinars out there. Sign up for some that you can add to your resume. But don't just sign up for anyone. Look for ones that are specific to the TMF. And after you attend, update your resume under professional development. Attending webinars shows the hiring manager that you are committed to learning, investing in yourself, and you're willing to stay up to date with the ever changing industry. All right, number 4, network. Technology has made it so easy to network. Did you know that there are approximately 830 million LinkedIn members and about 200 countries, territories worldwide? You heard that right. There's no excuse as to why you can't network. Getting a job in the TMF can be as simple as word of mouth. So tell everyone you're looking for that you want to get into the field. And all it takes is for someone to know someone. Send the DM, follow up, don't give up. Remember, working in the TMF, you have to be strong on follow up for missing and expecting essential documents. This is one way you can show this skill by doing exactly that. Next, confidence, not arrogance, confidence. Research and prepare for your interview so that you feel confident. Research the company, the role, guidelines, regulations, Ask lots and lots of questions. This is going to show you're serious about the position and it'll help you feel more confident. Being confident is a skill you have to practice. If you feel confident in yourself and your TMF abilities, the hiring manager will feel confident that they made the right decision and moving forward with you. All right, sometimes you just have to get back to the basics, right? And that could be something as simple as carefully reading the job description. Look for the simplest idea in each bullet. As in the example, responsible for performing activities in compliance with applicable corporate and clinical operations policies, standard operating procedures, and work instructions. That could be translated as being able to accurately follow written instructions. Maybe you don't have previous experience in the industry, but when in your previous work, maybe in your academic experience, you have been involved in following instructions in a rigorous way. Maybe following a basic research protocol, writing production processes, following submission, regulatory submissions. Okay. Now, you want to find a way to stand out. There, especially now in this job market, you need to find a way to stand out. There is so much competition out there. Very, very good competition. You need to think outside the box. How are you going to stand out? Everybody's sending DMs, everybody's sending a resume, but how do you stand out amongst the crowd? And there's so many different ways that you can stand out from your competitors. And the one way to do this, storytelling. Tell a story. Be very specific. So, if, for example, they're looking for a team player, tell a story about how you are a team player and have it relate back to the TMF. Next, research what the problem is at the company that you're applying to. They're hiring you because they have a problem. They need you to solve that problem. And a lot of times you can find it right in the job description. So it's so important to read and study that job description because those are the little keys that are going to tell you this is their problem and this is what they need help with. And you're going to reinforce this during the interview. When you get the interview, you're going to reinforce. You're always going to bring back the story of how you can solve their problem. If you can find their problem and how you're going to solve it, and they like the way that you're going to solve their problem, they're going to remember you for sure. And let's say maybe you can't quite figure out their problem. Ask the question during the interview. It could be like, what's your biggest challenge right now in this TMF? What's your main challenge in the TMF department? Or what's a typical day like here? You could even ask them, like, what do you like most about your job? When you start asking probing questions for the interviewer, they're going to start giving you information that you need to use for the next question when they ask you, because it's going to come up. When you're going in for the interview, remember, they need you bad. They need someone to fill that seat badly. They needed someone to fill that seat a long time ago, way before the interview that's happening right now. And one way to get your foot in the door is that you need to really study and research salary for the job, the role, the location, because that can make or break you in the company. And you got to be very strategic in answering that question when they say, what's your salary expectations? You can go on a lot of different websites, especially, I know a lot of people use Glassdoor, and you can go there. You could even go on LinkedIn in the search bar, look for people who used to work at that company and reach out to them and say something along the lines of, hey, do you know what the salary range is for this type of position at company X, Y, and Z? You'd be surprised. They have nothing to lose. A lot of ex-employees have no problem sharing what they used to make at their past companies. All right. So after the interview, I always recommend start journaling. Like, write down how you're feeling, what did you do really good at, what did you maybe not do so great at, could you have answered the question better? And by doing this, you're only going to make yourself better because you're going to reflect on it. And with the next interview, if you don't get this last job, say you think you flunked the interview, you're going to step up your A game because you've reflected. So after your interview, here's what I want you to do. I want you to write a list of all the things that went really good, went really bad. If it went bad, really think about why it went bad and what you could have done or said differently, because this is going to help you prepare for your next interview. And you're going to be a lot more confident when they ask that question because you've already thought about it, you've processed it, you're ready to answer it in a more strategic way. All right, TMF tribe, smash that subscribe button now because you, my friend, are going to join the TMF elite. Let's conquer the clinical research world together. It's time to dominate. This is your host, Nicole Palmer, signing off.